One more time. Welcome. This is Peanut Nola 504. How you doing? Peace and blessings. We're gonna have an open panel today, and we got some interesting conversation today. Hopefully some people don't get in their feelings because we're gonna be talking some deep stuff about domestic violence in our community. Shout out to Black America Radio. Shout out to Janet, the Nubian Queen. 504 Indigenous Warrior will be here in a jiffy, and then I got the brother Richard. We're gonna have some viewpoints from some males, and I'm definitely want to have some viewpoints from some females, okay? Because this is some serious topics that's going on that we got wind with. That's going on, and I think you guys should be very much aware. Sunkiss in the house. How you guys are doing? Coming on in. I see you guys are coming in strong. Sunkiss is in the house. We got the Chief Sun Owl in the house. We got the Drizzle Gang, the Drizzle. We got the original Copper Empress Holber in the house. EP, are you with me? We got EP just came in. James Roselle just came in the house. We got DD Alexander is in the house. Mr. C in the house. What a way to start it off. Like I said, I got a couple of people that's gonna come in. For those who want to get on a panel, that we remember that I'm opening it up. This is open. I would love to hear some of you matriarchs' feelings on this. This is some real deep things that are happening. For those who don't know why we decided to come with this topic, because there was a brother, a quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's like a backup quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The brother, his old lady knocked his tooth out, just really beat him up real bad. He refused to hit his wife. He refused to hit her, and she beat him up real bad. She got arrested. And then we're not getting over this Chad Wheeler case. And then we also have talks about what happened to Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman almost committed suicide. He got, for those who don't know who Richard Sherman is, he's a cornerback for the former cornerback for the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Rogers in the house. He almost hung himself. He drunk two bottles of two bottles of liquor. He had vodka and he had some Hennessy, and I guess he was trying to drink his life away. But the brother was going after his ex-wife and could not get in the game. Get in the house, and he had a fight with one of the in-laws. So this is like I told you guys, my main objective to this channel is all about Aborigine. Yes, it is. But I do tune into the news. I do tune in to what is holding us back. Okay? So for those who wondering why I'm coming off with this topic, is because we got to talk about some of these things. We have to talk about things like this. We got to come up with solutions on what is the disconnect when it comes down to our Aborigine people. Black American Radio, you can hit the link, my brother. You are welcome to come on and chime in with your boy. You know what I'm saying? You can hit the link. I would love to talk to you, my brother. Black American Radio. Look at some sisters' perspective in this matter. I was a little late because I was trying to get this thing together. I was trying to come get it early enough because, like I said, I didn't want to be too late tonight with this conversation. I always tell people, I said, that boy, that brother, 504 Indigenous Warrior ain't never on time. He ain't never on time. I don't give a damn how we can put something together. That brother ain't. When I see the matriarchs, them girls, they be on their panel ready to go. They be ready to go. But my panel, they be way late on this. I have to tell them, man, what's happening. You hear me? But I'm gonna sit here and start it off because, and shout out to old son. Shout out to old son. What is going on with our people when it comes down? Is there do you feel that a man that is being that claims that he's being abused, do you feel that the man is weak, or do you even believe that a man is capable of being abused, whether it's mentally or physical? I want to know this. You know what I'm saying? I want to know this, Aborigine family. Do you believe that men can even be capable of being abused? That's a question that I want you guys to answer. Do you believe that men are capable, because of their physical aspect of themselves, because of their masculinity, do you believe that a man could be abused by his significant other? Is it possible that a man, do women feel that men are that strong enough to take when it comes down to verbal abuse, when it comes down to physical abuse? Do you believe that a man should be able to withstand anything that a woman brings to him? Okay, because these are questions that are, it may not apply to you. You may not treat your significant other ugly. You may not abuse your significant other. But we have to have some answers when it comes down in the community, because there are men that are broken. There are some broken men out here, and we don't even realize it. I don't think we notice that there are some broken men in our community, as well as they are broken women. So I open up the panel for those who would love to come in. Old son, you can hit the link. You're female, you can hit the link. Drizzle Game, you can hit the link. This is one of your topics, brother. Okay, I'm going to read some of these topics before I get in. We got Lady Solo in the house, but I'm going to read this brother. He said, men are abused too. We live in a society when men are stunned and women are uplifted, are shunned. They are shunned and women are uplifted. I do have to agree that in many cases that is absolutely true. Okay, in many cases. We got the chief. Chief said, yes, there are abusive women. Okay. We got Lady Solo. How you doing, Lady Solo? She's in the house. Janet says, yes, men can be abused also. Now, on a lady point of view, do we have any ladies that are in the chat that have been in a physical relationship where they've been abused? And you can, I would love for you to tell us your story. And what did you do to get out of a toxic relationship? What did you do to get out of that toxic relationship? All right, James. I thought James was saying that. We got some Holitos to the mods. The mods are in the house. Please let me know, what did you do if you were abused? What did you do to get out of that toxic relationship? Or do you feel it's love to be abused? Do you feel that it's love to be abused? And that's both sides. And Drizzle Game, if you would love to come on the panel, I've been begging to get some people on this panel. Who is brave enough to come on the panel? We got Dice TV. Hit the link, Dice. Stroll up to the top and hit that link, Dice. I want to see who's brave enough to come on the panel with Peanut Know the 504. Come on up here. Let's get somebody up here. Now, another perspective. Come on, Dice TV. Hit that link, bro. I'm gonna wait a little bit because I'm still waiting on a couple of guests that's supposed to come on. So just give me a couple of seconds. Okay, we got an open panel. This is an open panel. I'm trying to see if I can get some people on the panel. We got an open panel. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. I'm gonna see who gonna be a good sport and come on the panel. Chief Sunow, if you want to come on the panel, I'm looking for some ladies and I'm looking for some men who would love to come and chime it down with the chief today. Come on down. Come on up there. You know, the link is in the chat. I'm waiting on some people to come on. Empress, come on now, Empress. Empress, you know, come on now, sis. You one of my people that love, got a great view on things. Come on in the chat, Empress. We love to see Empress Holbert come on Dice TV. Y'all hit that link. Hit that link and come on and talk. I can't believe I'm begging people to come on the panel. Hit the link in the chat. Come on, James. Come on, James. Come on the panel. Let's give me some history, bro. All right, we got Black American Radio. He will be on the panel in a few seconds. Good. I got somebody coming up. Okay, I'm waiting on somebody else to hit the link. Now this is some good sports right here. This is some good sports. It is so good to hear from you, Drizzle Game, man, and my brother from another mother. How you doing, Dice?
What up? How's it going, brother? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right. You guys are very low.
Nah, you low.
Can you hear me?
1 second. My headset.
I can hear Jay.
Yeah, y'all can hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's my headset. I don't know why my headset was not closing, but for some reason. Can you guys
hold on. Yeah, hold on. Let me take this Cash App shit off. This is not my channel. All right, we good.
That's Dice TV right there, my brother Dice. But what's going on? Now, this conversation, I'm glad to have you guys up on the panel. We expect to have 2 more guys. Like I said, one of the brothers, he's just getting off from work, so he should be on the panel in a few seconds. There's another brother, another truck driver coming on. But I want to ask you guys about some experiences, your own experiences. And I'm going to start with Drizzle Game. You know what I'm saying? Drizzle Game, we've been down this road before, my brother, and we have had these conversations. And you, I can say, is a very sincere person, and you're honest. That's what I respect about you, your honesty. Now, what do you think? And tell, have you been in a toxic relationship before? Drizzle Game? Dice, could you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Drizzle Game, could you hear me?
He probably got to drop out and come back in.
Yeah, he might have to
unmute himself if he's talking. And
okay, well, I'm gonna go with you, brother. You the one talking. I got a clear tone with you. For those who don't know, this is my twin right here. Y'all can't see his face, but he look.
As far as toxic relationship, like, yeah. I mean, I've been in bad relationships. I wouldn't necessarily say I've necessarily been in toxic relationship because I never really was doing the dating thing and stuff until I found the right person. I just wasn't into it. You know what I mean? But I do agree that that men do go in specifically. Matter of fact, let's get even more specific. Not just black men, but specifically the American Indian black man, the Aborigine. You know what I mean? Because it's an American thing. The construct that's set up.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, go ahead.
The construct that's set up for us here in America isn't the same everywhere else. Everywhere else, men mostly dominate. Men mostly dominate their relationship, everything. See, where there's an abusive relationship with us, is it doesn't even have to be physical, but our kindness is being taken for weakness, not only by society, but also our own women. So that's a form of abuse, because if I beat your ass because you don't want to fall in line, what happens next? I go to jail. A lot of white men get away with kicking a woman's ass. Not saying that that's what we should do, but if there's no discipline factor that can ever come from a black man in America, then we're being abused not only by our women, but by society as a whole. And we've always been going through that. So we literally walk in abuse. That's what makes us so strong. It's not that abuse isn't happening. It's just that we too strong to show it these days, because it's almost pointless. If you go if you call the police or even go into the precinct and tell the police, hey, my woman's beating on me, I need you to come and, you know what I mean, remove her from my house and stuff, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna laugh at you because you're a man. Not only that, a black man. You know what I'm saying? And the messed up thing is, even though that's a shot at us, other people see more in us than we see in ourselves. They see how strong we are and what we can handle before we can see it ourselves. But as far as abuse, oh yeah, man, we get abused every day, but I don't think it's a man abuse thing. I think us as Americans, I think we go through the most abuse.
Yes.
Aborigine.
And what I want to ask you a question is, do you think a lot of that starts with the mothers and they sons at a very young age? Because I think that connection, that disconnect happens with the mother and having single mothers, and because of what America has done to take the father away out, the system is built against the melanated man.
Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Let me say this. I understand the whole take the father, remove the father out of the picture, but where I say that we some weak ass black men, where we weak at is we should have never been able to let that happen. You can't keep me away from my kids. I wouldn't give a fuck how much money you about to give to this household. You're not going to keep me from my family, not this day and age. And I can't say nothing about the brothers back then. It was a different time and a different day, but that's one of our worst mistakes, because the man, that's not just on the women. If these are generational curses. So part of the generational curse being passed down from man to man is the father being a rolling stone. Men are settling for the freedom that they want, leaving the woman with the child. So it's easy for him to go, just like the money is easy for her to let him go. You understand what I'm saying? So you give them both something that they, you know what I mean, that they want. You know what I mean? And that generational curse keeps passing down. A kid that grows up without a father in the house, not saying that it happens like that to all, but to most, are going to end up breeding children that they're not going to be around for. It's the same ideology as hurt people hurt people. The tradition is going to keep spinning out of control, just like what people think black people are supposed to act like. So you see a white dude that sit there, oh man, yo, what's up, my G, and all that, and you be like, man, why you acting black? If that's what y'all think is acting black, well, then we already lost. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow. I mean, you splitting it. That's why I'm quiet. And you splitting it. You telling it the way it is, because who brought this to me was powerful indigenous warrior, and I was sitting there and he was telling me about what happened. The guy is an athlete. He's a quarterback in the NFL. And what is his? I forgot the kid name. What is his name?
Who, Sherman?
No,
Richard Sherman.
The quarterback.
Oh, you said quarterback.
Yeah, the quarterback for Washington, who used to be with the Redskins, and he's now with the Pittsburgh Steelers. What is his name, 504?
I can't think of his name on the backhand right now, but he's a youngster though. He a youngster, so I can't think of
Well,
his
he
name
well
offhand.
we can't think of his name. It'll pop up. But
But
the
you can
young
just, it's
man,
easy. You can just look him up. It's easy. His
yeah,
teeth,
yeah, he
his wife kicked his teeth out his mouth, and she's been charged with felony aggravated battery and domestic violence on a family member.
Ooh, damn.
and you
She kicked
almost
his,
never see that.
So
she
is
kicked.
it it's not Haskins. Are you talking about Haskins?
Haskins,
I
there
think
it
that's his
is.
name. That's his name. I think
That's
it's
his
his
name.
name.
Yeah,
Dwayne
Dwayne
Haskins.
Haskins.
Dwayne
Yeah.
Haskins.
Yeah,
That's
that's his
him. That's
name.
him. Yeah, she kicked his teeth in, and he refused to fight her, and he has to have his teeth removed. Yeah, he has many stitches in his face, and this was a guy who decided to restrain himself from hitting his wife. Okay,
I don't
so
hit women, but I'd have had to put my hands on her, kicking my teeth
yeah,
out.
yeah, she took his teeth out. So so the whole conversation with this is and we're not just talking about this incident. There are several other incidents, and then now you got Richard Sherman. When they gave so much attention, he was trying to see his ex-wife, and he was banging on the door trying to see his ex-wife and trying to get in the house, and he got into it with a relative, and he was wrestling with the man, and he was drunk. He drank 2 bottles of alcohol, and he wanted to hang himself and kill. So we have a lot of things. It doesn't matter how much money you make, fellas. The money will not repair your soul. You understand, James?
Yep.
Money don't repair your soul. What's up, James? I'm waiting on you, bro.
I'll let y'all get it in, man. Letting y'all get it in. But yeah, money don't change anything. A matter of fact, I just was having a conversation at work today, and I was telling them it don't matter how much polo I wear, how good I smell, how much I get my hair cut, how sharp and clean I think I am. They would not treat me as an equal in the corporate society. And one of my co-workers actually got to see it firsthand, and he was a white guy, and he could see people facial expressions when I walked into this room. We was having a gathering, and it was a buffet style, lunchtime, everybody in there. And it's a lot of executives, so I deal with a lot of people up at the top, but it's not a lot of colored people at the top. So, of course, when I walk in there, and I'm, getting my plate and everything, about 5, 6 people. Hey, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? So I turned around and said, who are you? Because I said about 6 people asking me who I am. You all should know who I am. I'm the one that builds all the computers. So, they seen my pictures. They seen everything. It's just they wasn't expecting someone like me to be there. And that's exactly what that was. And then when it was some more dark-skinned people walking into it, female or male, they also had to face the same type of ridicule. Who are you? What department are you from? I'm like, you didn't ask anybody else that but us. So when my coworker, which is a European, he had to say something about it, because he was like, you didn't question us. He was like, you only questioning them. And so we left it all alone, but people still gonna look at us as less because we got it all. I'm not, I haven't been in no abusive relationship. I always try to be fair, and I'm just a fair-hearted person, period. And but you just can't get it in return. It's
Well,
people.
can I be fair real quick before you continue?
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, go
Because
ahead, brother.
because some real shit that people don't pay attention to. We all talk about what's against black, but there's different levels of black. Because I'm a light-skinned, green-eyed brother, just like Peanut Nola, and any dark-skinned person on here that would have went to that same function would have got treated we all got treated wrong, but the dark skins would have got treated just a tad bit different than us. And that's some fucked up shit.
But you know what? I
And it
said that.
creates
I said
separation.
that. I said that a long time ago on one of my videos. I was telling people. I said, I come from New Orleans, Louisiana, and we have in my family, you have a light skinned side, and you have a dark skinned
Yeah,
side,
with dark skin
and
side, yeah.
they and on both sides, some, not all, but they have. It's a difference. It's racism in the family. It's
It's
racism,
colorism.
and
Yeah.
and this has been
Wow.
going on. No matter how much melanin or lesser melanin, you're still melanin. Okay, but they
Right.
still. So, I always said that it's that Mark Morial syndrome down there because these Poisson Blanc motherfuckers that you have seen throughout history, they have always, the master has paint each other against each other. That trick that tells you light is better than dark. That tells you light is better than dark when there's no such thing. It can never be. You can never be better than a person who has more melanin than you. It doesn't make sense. Because we
And
have
see,
we have
people gotta
we have lack of love for each other, man. It's
people
recession.
gotta they
Go
oh, my
ahead.
bad, go ahead. Now
No,
people
no,
gotta
you
get a
go ahead,
better
bro.
sense of what that means though, also, because they always put it in the person when it doesn't have nothing to do with the person. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about nature and the sun and all that shit, well, then you can't get no better than hella dark. You cannot get no better than real dark melanin.
I
That,
never
you know what I mean?
But
understood. I never
but wait,
The less
understood
you
dark
remember?
complexion people who have a
But
complex
wait,
with their skin.
you remember?
It's beautiful.
Remember back then? Wait, shout out to Chief Son. I'm sorry, as a Chief, I didn't get a chance to speak to you, but y'all remember back then when they used to have this thing where it was called brown bag. Well, if you was darker than a brown bag, you couldn't date a certain person daughter. And like people like Peanut, he get a pass because it's a brown bag. Should I say it's a
exactly.
brown bag? Should I say he get a pass?
Don't
He
be using
he get a
don't
pass.
be using me, damn it.
I'm just saying. You example what I mean by
But see,
you side of the brown bag, so you get a pass.
no, I
Hey,
get
But a
what he's
person
saying.
like me,
I get raced upon too now. Don't get it twisted now.
Yeah,
I
no,
got
because
my own
because people don't
problems.
understand a house nigga wasn't a light skinned nigga. A house nigga was a motherfucker like a trustee in jail. The motherfucker they
That's
can
right, like
trust.
Django. That's what they
You
had
know
in
what I mean?
Django. They had
That's
that
why I like
badass
Django. They
person.
had lights and darks inside the fucking house. That's how
Oh,
it was.
yeah, and that's what I
Drizzle
was saying.
game.
Cause like
I noticed
I
Drizzle
like
game in the house. When you get a chance, the powerful, soon as you finish saying something, I want to hear Drizzle game. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, okay. But no, what I was saying was, I learned about that when I was I think in middle school about the brown bag, and I didn't think it was true. So I really like, damn, wait a minute, so you can tell me if I was, me, I'm not red, so I'm not because of brown. I was just gonna never be able to date nobody. I'm dark skinned, so I wasn't tripping, but it was actually a real thing, the brown bag, because that lets me know right there. That's when they started inputting that the color of your skin is a threat when they came out with the brown bag situation. Because they shouldn't be separating nobody on the color of their skin, man. We all the same when it comes down to this.
When it comes down to
And
melanin, when you one drop of melanin, you are who you are. Okay, one drop
So
of
so
melanin.
at the end of the day,
Go ahead, brother.
so spinning it back around to the original topic at hand, do y'all think that some men go through certain abuse, like even with women because of skin tone? Do you think like low
That has a
key,
lot to do with it, and that has a
you know what
lot
I
to
mean?
do with it,
Like
brother.
subconsciously people are racist without even knowing it. You don't like certain things that are not racist, prejudice. You have prejudices, and prejudice don't always have to do with somebody hating each other. If I like the color red and I don't like the color brown, that's a prejudice. I have a prejudice against brown. That don't mean I hate the person or nothing like that, but do you think that actually plays in the back of people's head when they
Well,
make choices based on?
they got some brothers, and I'm not gonna say it all because I don't want
Mm,
Drizzle game to jump on me. But they got some brothers that don't love their mother and had a problem with their mother and what their mother looked like. They some had a horrible relationship with their mothers. But I want to get Drizzle game on here. What's up, Drizzle game?
I ain't gonna have a relationship with my mama. She Creole too.
Wow, that's powerful. Oh, go ahead on Drizzle game. Drizzle game.
He said he was having technical difficulties in the private chat.
Okay, well he just up here. If he finally works for him, then we'll get back in.
You said this was his topic?
No, but he likes these kind of topics. You know, he had a bad
I heard you say
outing.
this is his area. That's why I want to hear what he got to say.
I want to hear what he had to say because he had a bad experience in a relationship. You know, and I was waiting to hear what he had to say about that because some people who got experience. Shout out to Keith Graham and those who just come in our Empress Awakening. Back to what you were saying, my brother Dice. You got that is a lot has to do with the mother, the relationship with the mother and the son. And I really believe in that we went through generations of mothers being pretty much taking the hate out on their sons, and primarily the older sons are the ones who look like the father that they had that problem with. And I have seen this. I didn't believe it, but they have a lot of women who have hated their sons because of what the father has done them. So do you think that is that any truth to that?
Yeah, I do believe there's truth to that. Just like you got a lot of young girls that were raised by their fathers, and their fathers hated them because of what the mother has done, whether the mother be dead and gone or not. You know what I'm saying? Like when we throw these things out, we got to play it on the other side too, because even though it's not publicized like that, it's being more publicized now of men standing up, getting their fathers. But there is a lot of fathers that raised their kids single that did the same fucking damage as some of these women did.
Right, and nobody's telling that story. What you say?
That's why I'm saying it, because everybody always throws it at the woman, which I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But just like there was black slavers and white slavers, there's black single fathers that did just as much damage to these kids as black women. Sometimes worse, because you know what I'm saying, a lot of these kids, I know a lot of girls that was raised by single fathers that was molested by the same father they still love today.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
And that's a conversation that I'm glad you're saying this. That conversation you're talking right now, that is something that's not is said. And and I don't hear a lot of people talk about the sexual abuse in families and we think about our melanated people, our Aborigine people who keep it quiet, families who kept the rapes quiet.
I like you, Dice, bro, because you keep it a buck, man. And you ain't shit paid.
I appreciate it, man.
Hey,
I'm just brutally honest, man. And why be on some level if it's a thought that come in my head, I hate to come around later and be like, man, I should have said this when something else happens, when I could have prevented anything because we got the right knowledge out there. Also, I'm a logical thinker and I work off common sense. Fuck a book. The education system didn't do nothing but teach me how to learn, and they probably should have kept me stupid because I'm lethal. You know what I'm saying? You got to start putting things together in logical sense. Like if it don't make sense, then it doesn't go together.
What do you think? What do you guys think about? You think about a mother who protects their man because they love that man so much, and that man been touching their daughters and their sons, and they will protect. Because I say some people say, "Oh, sons," but they got stepfathers who have touched their sons. They have done some wicked things, and their mothers, because they want a man, they would protect.
That's just sick. That's just sick if it's the stepfather or something like that. It's sick if it's the real father, but at least the real father, you would have a love for him because your babies come from him. But these women, there's a lot of women be out here putting these stepfathers before their children while their children is being terrorized just so they can keep a man. Or it might not even be just to keep a man. Black people too worried about what everybody think. So you willing to hide some shit because you don't want nobody to think that you was dating no child molester, do you? And what is everybody gonna say? We got to get our women to stop thinking about self. That's where they fail with raising kids. You got to start thinking about yourself. Then you're jealous of your own daughters when they turn out to be better than you, and they're supposed to be better than you. Anything I want for my son, I want my son to not be like me, be better than me. Man, but you get these women that's in competition with them.
That's a fact. And this is an all-star panel because we got black radio TV in the house. And let me tell you something about this man channel. And Like I say, he's I mean, his followers. He's a guy that does all across the globe. Okay, he's a traveler. Okay, so he can tell things on all kinds of perspective. And I happened to be driving through the middle of the night, and I caught a couple of his followers, and they were talking to him, and they were encouraging some of the men here who can't seem to work out with women here to go find them somewhere out up in Africa or somewhere down in Bolivia or somewhere. But I don't, I just thought that I didn't agree with everything, but I can respect everything that the brothers was talking about, because it was some great brothers on. How you doing, real radio, Black Radio? What's going on, bro? Can you hear us, Black Radio?
Okay, I had it muted, man. Shout out to
Oh yeah.
everybody on the panel, and shout out to you, brother Peanut. It's good to be on, and to the rest of the brethren.
Could you tell people what is, about what we were talking about? Share a little bit what you were talking about the other night.
Or last night, 'cause we were kind of going somewhere everywhere with it, because we drifted away from the initial topic that we had on last night. But I think when you came in, trying to see what we were talking about when you came in, because
Okay,
I
they
think
were
we were talking
talking.
about marriage, because
Yeah, they were talking
you
about
was
marriage.
talking about that your marriage you've been married over 24 years,
Yeah, I've been married. I
and
was married 21 years. I've been with my wife for 24 years.
right,
And some
we were
people
talking about
think that
longevity of
longevity.
marriage. Yeah, longevity of marriage. And a lot of brothers were stressing that they had unsuccessful relationships with sisters. And my take on it is that I can't say all black women are negative. You got good and bad in every race. And sometimes some guys is unfortunate to get with the wrong person. They settle down with the wrong person, and these things happen. And I can't base a bad experience with one woman on the whole entire like black race or black women in general, because you got good and bad in every race. Some of them guys, I would tell them all the time, like they'll marry a foreigner thinking the grass is green on the other side, but it'd be worse. It'd be in a worse situation.
About that last night. That's why I think. See, I know it wasn't you, and I know the other brother came on and he said what he said, and I was listening to you guys, and I know it wasn't you, but the brother was making an analogy that maybe the brothers here need to leave and go over to some of these third
Africa.
world countries. Yeah, he even said third world countries, because he said that they won't even, the kind of women up there don't have a need as much as the women in America, though, that are spoiled. He said that are spoiled to everything, as far as financial. But I always say, eventually, if you bring them here to the States, they will change. They're not going to always be.
Right.
Once they start seeing the luxury of modern day, the things that they got going on over here, I don't think that they're gonna be no different than the women that's here. So I just had to disagree on that point of view. I understood what he was saying. He made a lot of sense, but I gotta ask you about men. Do you believe that get the men that get abused is a man capable of being abused by women mentally and physically? Are they capable of being abused? You being a man, do you believe that a man have the power to not be abused, or he just a weak man for allowing a woman to kick his teeth out, beat him, or whatever, like the brother Dwayne Haskins?
I mean, you're a weak man if you sit down and you allow a woman to beat you like that. I mean, you're a very weak man. You gotta be a man and stand up. You gotta be a man and be strong and be the head. Be who God called us to be. A lot of men don't know their place in this time. A lot of men don't know their authority in this time, and you got a lot of weak men out there. Sometimes the woman is in a situation where she has to lead. Sometimes.
That's right. So 504, you dropped the link. Drizzle Game is trying to get back in. Um, I understand exactly what you're saying, but do you think in this day and time, because you know, ICV, you making chime in on this one, because of the laws against men, being that the fact that if they do lay their hands in America, now we're not talking about in a third world country or somewhere else where the rules are totally different. Well, where they do lay their hands on a female, that is automatically arrest for them. And then now we're in a time where women can go to jail as well. They take both of them. But I'm asking you, the risk of a man, is it hard? You know, is it the fact that he is protecting his football, you know, his livelihood, that all that could be thrown away by him fighting back? All of his whole career can be thrown away by the nickel of the dime. You get what I'm saying, brother? By just
That's what I was saying earlier when I said it's kind of worse for black men in America, because you get a lot of white men that can knock their woman around and stuff. Police come out, you guys just keep it down. You guys are drunk and da 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 da. Women beating a man, man beating a woman. But for a black man, it's not happening like that. You put your hands on that woman, and she knows that. If you put your hand on it, she got your balls in her hand. So what are you to do? Black men are being abused every day. I mean, I get what he's saying about it. It's a weak man if you're getting your ass kicked by your woman and you just sitting there taking it. Then you're a weak man.
You said that earlier.
But,
you did say that earlier. You said if it got to the point where she's kicking your teeth out, you would have to step in and at least shake her ass up. But I mean,
yeah, I'll be going to jail because if my woman kick my teeth in, y'all, I don't beat women, but y'all gonna hate me today because I'm about to tear her ass up. And that's just me being honest. Because there has to be a line drawn somewhere, because in my house is woman over is man over woman, woman over child. Not that I control her, not that I'm the boss of her. She is my side piece. You know what I mean? And I'm her side piece. We stand side by side. But I always break it down like this. If somebody comes and breaks in, if an intruder comes and breaks into this house and our life is in danger, who has to step up to that intruder and who get the kids and go hide?
Right. I
I'm the
look at it
first one that
also,
puts my
that day
life
that
on the
woman
line.
put her hands on a man, you're not a woman no more to me.
Mm-mm.
When you put your
Now you
hands
a
on a man, you're not a woman. You want to be equal. You're a man. I mean, you have no respect for me when you put your hand on me.
Exactly. And see, my mama raised me like that.
Wow. And what you guys saying is amazing, because we got, you know, this new society is building women up, all the women, making money, independence. They're coming up with this new thing that you know, got these butch women who believe that they can do the things that men can do. So when it's time to lift heavy things, they don't do that, but they can ride forklifts and shit. And the thing,
hey.
so we're moving into women that are being more masculine, then are we losing the softness of women? Are we losing the softness of women?
I wouldn't necessarily say that.
Women have to be harder because we do have some weak ass men.
Let me tell you something. Hold up. Let me tell you something. Hold up. Let me tell you something. Check this out. You have to look at the situation.
You're breaking up, bro.
How can I put this? Okay, women have to be more harder nowadays because these men is being emasculated and everybody want to be sweet and pick up pocketbooks, and we losing our men. So who else we gonna have left to hold the house down? They find a way to they just throwing a dress on every man damn you see. They throwing it out there thinking that's cool, but what they don't know is being a man, being a warrior, standing up for what's right is what you're supposed to do. You see what I'm saying? So we have to look at it like this. They only doing what they can do to protect their household. But then it comes back to it, comes back to the fact that is we have to be, as men, stand up and take care of our responsibilities and show the kids what a man's supposed to do. Because at the end of the day, a woman is left to raise a child. But she only can raise them to a certain point in their life. The child gonna need that father in their life. And when the father's nowhere to be around, what's left to do?
Wow.
A lot of guys, it's too scared to stand up and be a parent to their child. They running away from responsibility. So I respect some women who got to be the mother and the father in the relationship. I mean,
Okay,
in the household. I'm sorry,
let me
in the
ask y'all a
household.
question.
You see what I'm
Let me ask,
saying? But at the end of the day, we have to still respect the woman and treat her as an equal. And I agree. You ain't gonna put your fucking hands on me. That's where I draw the line. I agree
Well,
with that.
okay,
Willie
hold
has
You know what
on.
I'm
just
Let me
saying?
ask y'all a
Willie
But
question.
has.
at the end of
Go
the
ahead, go
day,
ahead.
you have to know who you
I don't think
dealing
you
with
hear us.
before you lay down with that person. Before you
504. You
say,
want to
I
ask your
want to
question?
marry you
504.
Right.
and all this,
That's
know who
100
you
right there.
laying with. Know
Yeah,
who
you're
you
right.
laying down with before you have sex and make a baby.
It be the
I don't
same way like
believe
on Father's Day. I remember on social media, you'll see on Father's Day, some of the bitter women would be on there saying how they got to be the mother and the father. But I'm like, you lay down with
Hello?
that man. You lay down with them jokers. You got
You can
two,
hear me,
three
B?
baby daddies. You made poor decisions. And you can't blame nobody but yourself. You got to take responsibility when you make those type of mistakes.
Okay, now can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, does anybody on here have a problem with women getting more strong, probably a little bit more masculine, and start to be more independent as men? Y'all have a problem with that?
Oh no, if it's I don't have no problem with a strong woman because I have a strong woman. But a
Right.
woman, I really believe that women have to sit back and at least allow a man to lead,
You have to
a
allow
good man.
exactly.
Wait,
But
Yes, it's nothing
I'm
wrong with
look,
saying
that
hold
being
on,
too,
hold on,
strong.
hold
man.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm saying that to say something. I'm saying that to say this because just like what was said, you got to start taking responsibility for stuff. Well, part of women getting uh having the need to be strong and stuff is the father not being around.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying?
And
So
any of
that's
y'all
why,
got y'all
you know,
TV on?
y'all know I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Yeah,
Actually,
somebody got
anybody
a
got their
TV on or
TV
something.
on?
I either mute your
Anybody's
mic,
watching this from their
mute your
TV,
mic
you gotta
up.
mute your mic. Mute your mic. Uh, Drizzle Game, what you gotta say, bro? Because I ain't heard him yet. Go ahead, Drizzle Game. We have yet to hit Drizzle Game.
Yeah, his stuff ain't working.
But look, no, what I was saying was we have to, just like you said, play devil's advocate. Okay, check this out. I don't have a problem with a woman being masculine or whatever, but you got to look at it like this too. She have to put a father hand, she had to put the other hat on and showing the children how to be raised in a household. Because when the daddy's not there, she got to be the mama and the daddy. You see what I'm saying?
I didn't get to go where I was going. There was too many interruptions, but I kind of forgot where I was going. So whatever you're gonna say, we just gonna go off of that because that's not what I was trying to say.
I'm gonna swing it back. I'm gonna swing it back to you.
I was going somewhere like real intricate with it, but I couldn't get it out. So I forgot about it now. I can't.
So I'm
It
gonna
ain't
swing
gonna
it
come
back
out
to you.
fresh like it was.
And the reason why I
So
say that
go
is
ahead.
because we have to look at it like this, bro. We have to look at the situation, what they're doing to us. They're emasculating our men every damn day. You
Our
see what
men are
I'm saying?
allowing themselves to be emasculated. I ain't
That's
allowed
true
myself.
too. That's true too. But when you when you turn the TV on, you
They're
go here,
enjoying this shit, bro.
yeah. But they think the shit is cool when it's not fucking cool.
But if somebody throws something out there, just like them throwing drugs and shit in the ghetto and guns and shit in the ghetto, nobody told us to go grab them, but we did. But we still
True.
blame them for putting them there.
But at the same time, though, we
You
also
that don't work, right? That's not even logical. If you do something, you gotta. If y'all say you gotta be responsible for your own actions, then we gotta take responsibility for our own actions all the way across the
and that's
board.
what. And that's the big problem right there, brother. Nobody want to take accountability for their own fucking actions. It's everybody else's problem except the person who committed that crime problem.
But look how we talk. Look how we direct a subject. Even I do it as a black man. It's always what somebody's doing to us, how they're holding us back. Couldn't it just be us in our own way now?
Wow, and
Yeah.
I say this all the time. That and American radio, I tell people all the time we give the white man too much credit.
Right.
We
Yeah.
talk about we give them credit for us being in slavery. We give them credit for let me tell you something, acting like them people never been in slavery. Acting like see, this is the problem. We think our history, not us as Aborigine, but we got brothers and sisters that think that their history started in slavery. Your history was before slavery. your people, you had people of rich heritage before slavery. And some of your people was not slaves. So you got
but
to
some
get,
of your people were also slavers.
yeah, some of them were slavers. That's the unfortunate part. So we get it twisted when we think that we always talk about what the white man is doing us, but it ain't the white man in New Orleans, in Chicago, out there on the streets murdering our people. It's our people. So the things that we got to stop doing is glorifying and saying what the white man is doing us.
Our problem is we think everything is directed at us.
That's
People
a
really
fact.
think that people think the history of slavery was directed at us when it was directed at money. Now the story that come along with it is for control. And like I told y'all before, the best way to control somebody is to make them think they're making their own decisions. We sitting out here thinking that everything that they giving us, iPhones and stuff out here on the turn up, you know what I'm saying? The whole black culture thing, that we think this is our culture, that we made this. Even hip hop, they gave that to us. And we followed it like we followed the drugs, we followed the guns, we followed religion and every fucking thing the wrong way. When there's something real out there, but if you want to control somebody, you feed them BS. Give them the truth sprinkled with a little bit of lies, or give them a lie with sprinkled with a little bit of truth. Now it's up to you to figure out what's logical. Just like people take what Malcolm X said, by any means necessary. Everybody think that meant go to war. When it didn't, it meant that it's up to the individual to understand what needs to be necessary in any situation. If it's necessary to walk away, then by any means necessary, turn around and walk away. It didn't mean go get guns, but we take everything the wrong way and then think somebody's holding us back. Come on, man. I don't see nobody holding us back more than ourselves. So how do we expect anybody else to get out of our way and take us serious if we won't get out of our way and take ourselves serious? Everybody all on YouTube playing, perpetrating a fraud, following a pussy ass cult leader that's on here playing make believe. What the fuck? There's a million pedophiles in everybody's city. Is anybody doing anything besides talking? That's all we do.
I agree with you on that. Sometimes we can be our own worst enemy. Sometimes we can't point the finger at the white man. Say the white man holding us back. We holding our own damn self back. In this day and time, we have the power to be whatever we want to be in this world. We have the power to do whatever we want to do in this world. Ain't nobody holding us back but ourselves. It's a lot of times we are our own worst enemy. And I'm gonna tell you something about me, like dealing with like the women, dealing with our women. Okay, go ahead.
Real quick, if I got a business firm, it's probably going to be passed down to family members and people that look like me. There's no way I'm letting another race get to the top of my company. So why do we think it's so hard for them not to let us to the top of theirs? Why would they let us take over their legacy? I wouldn't let them take over mine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We say we think tribal while everybody else think tribal except us. It's not racism. It's your people. And if you don't understand, if we don't even understand our people and who we are, y'all see how hard it is for us to tell people, to get people to understand the logical sense of who we are instead of you're some African American. Even Africans will tell you don't have ancestors there. You would have known about it.
And I keep telling people, I said, do you realize that
You broke up, Peanut. Is Peanut in the truck right now?
He's somewhere in Alabama, probably. He's somewhere in the sundown town.
Out there navigating them woods and bayous.
Yeah, he's down there in sundown town.
Get the fuck out of that motherfucker. But I mean, there is a system, and we got to learn how to play it for ourselves. You know what I mean? We think we hustlers, well then let's hustle. Because we got to learn how to play it for ourselves. But that crab in a barrel mentality ain't going to help us get nowhere.
Because I was looking at it like this too, bro. I was looking at it too, and people don't understand. I could be wrong, but if you look at it like this, they level the playing field now for melanated kids to go to college now. Look at Master P's son. He signed a $2 million deal, and ain't touch a court yet. So if we have
Right.
melanated children, they play basketball, and they go to college, guess what? Your poverty days are over with.
Yeah.
Now you can start buying property and generate wealth and pass it down to your family. That's no more. I ain't got this, that, and the other.
We don't understand wealth. We understand rich. They understand wealth. Everybody else understands what wealth is. Generational wealth. We get people in our family. I just broke the generational curse. First one to go to college. Now I'm rich and stuff. And he ain't put his family on. I mean, I understand people are bloodsuckers, but you ain't got to necessarily put money in your family pocket and put chains and all that on them. You establish something to get these motherfuckers working. You know what I'm saying? Pay for a motherfucker to go to a trade and all that type of shit. You do this, then you
Look,
gonna come here. Teach these motherfuckers how to be your team.
I just told Pete the other day, bro. I was talking to him. I said, "Let me tell you something, man. Everybody running around here want their child to be a baseball player, or basketball player, or football, or soccer player. Let me tell you something, man. What you don't know is we need more architects, carpentry, welders, farmers, mechanics. We need all those because at the end of the day, cars gonna be around. We need people to fix. Don't you know you can be a wealthy person if you own a mechanic shop?
Well, look, we have to do that for ourselves. If y'all don't want that shot,
Right. And
y'all
I was
better
just giving you some
get on
examples
board
of
and start building for ourselves because
exactly, brother. Because I was
they
giving some
banking on us
examples.
not taking the shot.
Exactly. Because it's like, bro. I'm saying to myself, like, you can live comfortable as a plumber or owner of a mechanic shop. You see what I'm saying? Because I got to thinking like there's this guy I go to who fix my cars. I've been going to him for about 10 years. Okay, he the same place, same dude. And I got to thinking to myself, and the trip about it, he an Asian dude.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to thinking to myself, like, wait a minute, hold on, bro. He been here 10 years in the same spot, Asian dude. He charged one dude 3,700 for a transmission. Okay, I
Man,
paid him $500-600 to do my job. So you can't tell me you can't make an honest, wealthy living doing stuff like that. You don't have to be superstar LeBron or Michael Jordan. There are other jobs you can be
right.
comfortable living at.
A lot of people don't know that you can build wealth within the community. If they read Carter Wilson book, Miseducation of Negro, it teaches us that we can build in our own community because you got outsiders that come in all the time that do it. They come in, set up liquor stores in our
Well,
neighborhood.
you know why that
It
is,
comes
right?
to go ahead.
No, you finish. My
No,
bad.
I want you to tell us why.
The reason why that is because they took people would tell you the richest land and all that shit is in Africa and shit when it's really Turtle Island. So if you got the richest soil here, everything you need is the best here. Where would you put the World Corporation at? You'd put it in America. So everybody that come here come basically on business plans. That's why you get work visas and all that shit. But for the people that live here, we just part of the mechanics that make Turtle Island work, the corporation. But this is corporation headquarters for the whole world. This is the barter and trade area.
Facts.
Right?
One big ass
They
fucking
see it
trade
as the
center
land
while
of
we live here.
opportunity. Because I mean,
Yes.
people come in, can't speak the language, don't know the
Yeah.
language, but then they building. I mean, they start out probably working fast food or 2 or 3 jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and then before you know it, the next year they got their own landscaping company making good money, building wealth, and they look out for each other. When they come, it might be 9 of them, 10 of them living in a 2 bedroom house and building, saving all their money, pooling their money together until they get on their feet. Then they bring their family over. And then before
Mm-hmm.
you know it, they've been about the whole damn neighborhood. They've been about the whole, I mean, they constantly building.
There'd be like 9 people in there, no electricity, nothing. Everybody got nice trucks though.
I saw 2
Y'all,
Mexicans move in this
give me
apartment
one
complex
one
and
second,
then
fellas.
a year later
What,
own the apartment complex.
give me
You
one
know what's
second.
crazy though,
I just
bro?
for hold up 1 second, 1 second,
Go ahead, go ahead,
one
go ahead,
second.
brother. Go
We
ahead.
got some new people coming in. We got shout out to I think right or Wonder. I can't see good Wooder, right Wooder State.
I'm gonna get you
We got
some glasses
Janet,
for Christmas.
Janet the Nubian Queen. We got Mike. Mike just came in. We got Woolly Hair that just came in. We got Black Wolf that just came in. Free Popper just came in. Black Wolf, I seen him again, and Gretchen Helm, and we also have Miss Wise in the house, Curtis in the house, Robert Jones in the house, the Empress Awakening in the house. For those, shout out to all you guys that just coming in. Go ahead, y'all. Go, y'all run the game. I'm sorry.
But what I was saying was like I had to think about some stuff. Melanated people not broke. Some of us just have poor spending habits.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? We just have poor spending habits. And what I mean by that, you can just look around and see what I mean by poor spending habits. You
Well,
see what
you're
I'm
talking
saying?
about poor. You're talking about poor spending habits. But when you are, and I want you guys to understand this. That was a reason. And if you go back, there was a video on how to sell to the Negro. How to sell to the Negro. Now they've been working on our people for a very long time on how to sell to the Negro on stuff that we think that is expensive, and the things that we think are great that ain't worth shit. Now you can watch Bill Gates, and Bill Gates would look like he wear Walmart. And you look at our rappers, and the way they carry themselves. You got to understand, it's built for us to destroy each other. We think a
Right.
person who wear Walmart and some Pro Wings, we look at a brother or sister like that we think they Pope. But them people are
Right.
saving money in their pockets. While we up here we go for the most fabulous looking stuff. We just, it's nothing wrong with wanting to dress nice. I love Jordans. But we have to get in a stance where we got to start supporting our own people. Supporting our own people. We don't support. Do you know the Vietnamese, when you talk about Asian community, they buy Asian. When you see
Right.
Mexican people, they support Mexicans. When the Mexicans work their ass off in America, I watch them. I'm a truck driver. And they be in the line sending their money back to Mexico. They support their people. But we are
Right. Family
selfish.
first to them. Family first.
Family first to them. And we are selfish, son of a bitch. And I hate to say
Yeah,
it.
because it's only family first when Thanksgiving get here and shit. You know what I mean? We don't think everybody else out for
Wow.
themselves.
Oh,
Man, my
pagan holiday.
family, the only time we
Christmas when
see each other
everybody
when a
Christmas
funeral.
when
At
everybody got their hands
funerals.
out.
Yeah, funerals, my family get together. Other than
The only
that,
time you get us together at funerals.
a lot of us don't talk for years. A lot of my own cousins, that's directly my first cousins and stuff, I ain't talked to since I was kids, over 30 years ago.
I wanted to tell y'all guys that the women in our community, this is not a session to bash the women. It's the eye opener to look at both ends of the sector. When you look at women and you look at our men, we got to grow up as a whole, man. We really, as a young, we are hurting people. We're hurting people, bro. And all we know is violence. All our people ever known was violence. You understand what I'm saying, bro?
Right. And
Poverty
you said
and
something. You
violence.
said something right there, brother. That the problem I run into with a lot of women that I dealt with in our community. I meet some good women, good quality women, but they already damaged by Pookie and Ray Ray. They dealt with Pookie and Ray Ray. By the time I get to her, that woman damaged emotionally, psychologically, because of the men they dealt with before they dealt with me. And a lot of time I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that woman with that baggage because I'm not bringing that baggage to the table. I'm not bringing that when I deal with a woman.
Yeah.
But a lot of time they like we'll be the last resort because they've been dealt with guys that's now in prison or baby daddy got shot and killed. So they're available to guys like me sometime. And I look at that. I mean, I don't really want to deal with a woman with all those type of issues. I mean, I'm 46 years old. I don't have the time
Well, you and
to
I both
invest
are
in all of
46 years
that.
old. We both 46 years old.
Well,
And,
you
and it's amazing that them same high school girls who did not want you in high school because they wanted that certain thug, but they see your life now and they seem to want you now. See, people, I always said I've never been a person who liked to go to school functions like the school what they call that thing when you're the reunions, the class reunions. I never been a big fan of that shit. Because if you wasn't on my side back then, what the hell I'm fucking with you now? That's just me.
Right. Like Mike
You know,
Jones said, back then you didn't want me. Now hot, you all on me.
yeah,
But
there's a time that you grow up in life as a man and a woman. There's no need. There's no need for me to see you. If you didn't see me then, I'm not talking about all people because some of us got some genuinely great people that we love from high school that are great friends. Some of us kept at least 2 or 3 of them. But when you're talking about people who follow you on Facebook, I have seen multiple people who follow you, don't say shit about you, don't say happy birthday. They're just looking at your life. There's a lot of people who envy you. Do you understand that people will sit back and watch what you're doing, watch what you got because they envy your life, not because they love you, because they like you? Shout out to Gretchen Helm. I want you guys to understand that. Everybody don't love you because they're supporting you, because they subscribe to you. Some people are just being nosy. You never see them in the chat. You never see them on the panel. You don't even see them supporting you, tell you to share your videos. But they'll be in the bushes. So don't be so vain with yourself because you see yourself with such and such subscribers or people who you don't fucking know. Because they'll be with you today and they'll be gone tomorrow.
Right. You got a lot of opportunities, my friend. A lot of opportunities out there. Looking for opportunity. A lot of times when they come along, I say, what do you want? What do you want? I tell them straight up, they want something.
Some of these people get on social media, they think I'm on YouTube. I got over 10,000 subscribers. I got 20,000, 100,000 subscribers, and they think that they're important. Which it's good, but what are you doing? Like Hassan Campbell, what are you doing for the community? And I tell people what you actually doing.
Don't get
for your
Dice
community.
TV started on that bullshit, man.
Go ahead, Dice. Go ahead, Dice.
See,
I know
no,
see,
I don't fall back.
Sometimes I do shit on purpose.
I knew you was. See, I knew you was gonna do that fuck shit.
Sometimes I do shit on purpose.
You a whole hoe out here. I swear, I know you was gonna do that fuck shit. I know it.
Because I know who on the panel with me. And Dice know who I am.
I knew you was gonna get Dice riled up. I knew it.
I'm gonna kick it.
Dice wouldn't talk to me until I stopped fooling with a certain person.
I just don't breathe. I just don't like to accept certain type of energy into my good space. And even if a brother is good, when you hang around certain bad energy, even if you don't see it yet, you come back to the circle, you bring that virus right back and you don't even know you did that. That's the same way, like when you get a cold, you don't really know you have a cold when you're actually sick. You don't know until your body starts to fight it. That's how you ended up getting your whole household sick. That's why even though you went to your room in quarantine, as soon as you started feeling sick, the whole house still got sick because you were sick before you knew you were sick. So if I see certain people in certain places, not that I won't talk to you or I'll be rude to you or nothing like that. I just kind of let people see what they gonna see. I knew Peanut would come. I told him that. I was like, I was waiting for you, didn't I?
That's a fact.
No, you like the back of their fucking hand.
I know a real one when I see it. It wasn't gonna take long for him to see it.
I gotta ask y'all, brothers. Look, and for those in the chat and those on the panel,
and guess what? I ain't never even heard that conversation.
I want you guys to understand what kind of person I am. I give, I meet people. You don't know everybody who come in your chat. You don't know everybody who subscribes to you. You don't know everybody who you just. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt until they
And you see
cross
the
me.
best in people.
Okay, I see the best in people. I'm an
That's a
Aries,
good quality to
and
have.
that's and the problem is, see, I'm an Aries. I give my heart to people, and I learned the hard way. People kick me in the ass later on. I find out too late. That's my problem. Me
See,
being
and I'm
being
a Gemini. I don't
right. I
necessarily
don't
see the
see
best in
people.
people. I see what you can be by what you show me.
That's facts. And I have opened up my hearts to people and helped listen to people go through. And 504, we had a brother that used to be on this channel 24/7, and I gave the panel to this brother 24/7. Gave him my panel, you know, and the brother turned out different, bro. He turned out different, and
Yeah,
sometimes
it's hit and miss these days, man.
people were telling me about the brother. And I just didn't listen because I was like, man, he ain't never done me nothing.
But exactly,
You know
and
what
for
I'm
the
saying?
ones that he's never done nothing, that doesn't mean we're saying that he's a bad dude for you. Just not our cup of
That's a
tea.
fact.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
he's a
but I
bad
should have
dude. Just
listened.
I don't rock with that.
No, I should have listened. Because at the end of the day, many people was telling me, man, it's gonna be your turn, Peanut. Motherfucker gonna make allegations, lie. They're gonna say things. Don't even know a fucking thing about you, but they're gonna lie and say all kinds of shit. And if you look at me since I've been on social media, you never see me with drama. I'm always supporting people content, always trying to uplift my people. So if you know that I'm in some shit, something gotta be wrong. You know what I'm saying?
And see, I'm the type of person like this. I don't put my own opinions on everybody else. Like, you don't have to stop messing with somebody because I have an issue with them. And I
That's
won't even
facts.
come to people and be like, hey, this person is this type of person, because he might not be that type of person. He might have just been that way with me because I'm a certain type of
But I
person.
wish you would have told me that. I wish you would have told me that I would have valued you. I would have valued you, and I would have been able. I wish you could have been, in my ear, let me know as a brother, dog, because I really didn't know that was a toxic motherfucker. I didn't know that, okay? Because I wasn't that invested as much as other people was, okay?
Right.
I only went around because we were all, the whole sole purpose was to take down a cult leader. That's what I thought was the whole purpose was.
And when
So
that didn't
I
work, they
know
should have
Right.
left that shit alone. Because after that, it
that's
all
right.
became harassment.
It
Now
became
Now
harassment.
you guys are harassing that dude.
I know what you're
Right.
talking about now, my friend. I seen you on that platform. You was positive and you was help building with this
Right.
person.
Right.
And then you got the knife stabbed in the back,
It's
trying to
called
help build
arrogance
with someone.
because you become a threat. People that I wind up building with, great builds with people in his chat. People were starting to subscribe to me. People become threat, especially that male energy, that masculine energy. Let me tell you something, bro. I don't give a damn what you do. Remember, you guys are strong men on this panel. I know every last one of you guys on this panel. Y'all are strong, masculine men. Weak men are very, very intimidated by strong, masculine men, and that's what the definition of weak man is. Okay? Because they're
But they
worried.
perpetrate a fraud, bro.
Right.
Because even a fake nigga can say some real shit sometimes.
That's that. You ain't never lied.
Just like the clock is right twice a day.
We
A
talk
broken
about
clock is right twice a day.
people didn't understand what we were. I've been doing this Aborigine for a long time, and I've been trying to tell people, why would you believe that of that melanated people with dark skin, so-called black people? Because I don't believe people are black. I believe that there's no such thing as being black, or no such thing as being white. Okay, the copper color, that is what it is.
Yeah,
Now,
black isn't a real color.
yes, it's not a real color. You can't look. There's not a person. The darkest person can't be black. Okay, so I have told people many times, and I set a stage. I said, let me tell you something. I have always telling you, if this is a planet, this whole planet, and if we are the original people as far as the science. We go by science. We are the first. You can't. A white person can't make black. Okay, black can't make. A black can make white. I'm gonna use y'all term as far as the black and white shit. So I want people to understand that if you are the original man and woman of this land, of the earth, why would you believe that is all that only melanated people are in one section and white people can be all across the globe? What makes you believe that? That we all come from this one part of Africa and nobody else can be anywhere else but them?
Because
What
that's what
makes you
they
believe
told
it?
us, and they can't be lying to us. They ain't lying to us. They don't tell us lies. That's how people think. This is the stories they sold us, history books and shit that's false. I mean, they're not as big. The reason why, look, and this ain't no shot at the white race, but this is the truth. The reason why the white race seems so big is because they started incorporating any race that looked like them. That's why you got Italians that say they white. Mexicans most of the time can mark down that they're white. Irish, all these different countries all claim to be white. So it make the white that we're thinking of seem bigger when they're actually the minority on this planet. You know what I mean? Because everything else, honestly, Italians, Mexicans, all that's melanated.
Brother, if
But
the
if it
Moors,
looked like
if
white
them
Nick can
Moors didn't
pass,
go out there and got them out them caves, the Moors. That's why I can't respect some of these Moors. If your people didn't go up there and get them out of them caves, we wouldn't have this problem in the first place.
But
They
you
went up
getting
there,
mad? But why you getting mad?
they civilized them people.
You gotta
all up in them
understand.
Caucasoid Mountains.
But you gotta understand though too, bro. Wherever man always trying to go discover some shit. So they
Yeah,
brought that on
well,
themselves. They
man.
went up there, went
Well,
touch and found out what was
it
in
all
for.
started. Yeah, you're going up there, going teaching them how to wash their hands. These people were walking on 4 legs, man.
You
They were
knew
like
they
a
was
dog.
black. They couldn't
These
mind their
people,
fucking business.
these people.
Exactly. They nosy and they
But
always
you
trying
knew
to
they was
show.
black. They couldn't mind their fucking business. How you know they was black? They couldn't mind their fucking business.
We nosy and we always trying to showboat when we can do something somebody else can't do. And then they fuck around and learn
How they
everything we
gonna
did.
call you a monkey? How they gonna call you
Mind their
guys a
business,
monkey
man. They won't
when
go.
they go
Oh, whoa.
tails?
It's gonna be nice to help people. Okay.
Walking on all fours, they're
And look what
still
happened.
born with tails half the time.
They grow their balls with tails. They cut the tails off. And people was laughing at me thinking I was just making it as fun.
No, that's the
And
truth.
me and 504 Indigenous Warrior brought up. We went and we brought up the we showed the actual. We went on TikTok. We got getting banned off TikTok because we were showing the actual people who were born with tails. Okay, so they didn't want to. You got to understand they cut the tails off at birth, but they say that you are a monkey. Come on now, look at your lips. Look how big your lips is. Look at your cheekbones. Look at your nose. Look at how they look. But you let these people call you a monkey. They
Who
eat
get those?
They
Who get
talking
those
about you
monkey
eat
lips and
watermelon.
shit? Who get them monkey lips and shit when they get old? Not us. Them motherfuckers be looking like straight apes in the face.
Yeah,
But
thin lips, and they talk about us eating watermelon. They eat more watermelon and chicken than you ever ate.
Look,
yeah, all
check me
that shit
out.
is false about the
Let me
black
trip.
shit with the chicken and watermelon. That shit is not true. That's not a true story.
It's
Just like diabetes is not in your bloodline. That don't run in your family.
Yeah,
It's
they
the shit
put
we
that in.
eat.
But see, you didn't brought up something else now. Now this is not the first time we've been vaccinated. And Black Radio, this ain't the first time we've been vaccinated, brother. We've been vaccinated as children. A lot of us who are people who have diabetes, who have that was put inside you. You don't realize this stuff. A lot of these diseases, sickle cell, that was put inside melanated people.
Right. Y'all act like the new vaccination is something new. It's just like the kids you've been getting vaccinated since you was a kid. And I guarantee you the vaccinations that go in every race is different.
Oh, you ain't lying. That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Parent Parenthood, they don't want you to keep on having babies. The more you abort children, the more you are eliminating your own people. They don't want you. That's what the Planned Parenthood is all about.
Right. That is so true right there. I back in the day, I used to protest at the abortion clinic, like on a daily basis at one time. And you'll see so many black women coming in getting the abortion. They go all the way through the abortion, but then they'll counsel the white woman. They'll change their mind and don't get the
Because,
abortion sometimes.
but
They talk to them
do
about
you know
family
why? Do you know why they're counseling the white woman? You don't
so they can
understand
build.
that. No, but see, they lacking babies. Do you know that that they having trouble producing children? The white woman is not having babies at a high rate like black women now, or black women are. So they this is one of the reasons why they're trying to stop our women from having babies, and they trying to and they don't want you mixing with them because you are straight up breeding them out. You are straight up eliminating their race.
No, what they trying to do is
And
control the Mexicans like they did the Asians, because the Asians be knocking. I mean, the Mexicans be knocking them out, boy. You
well,
go
the
1
Mexicans,
week, come back the next week, them niggas have 7 more kids, and they
yes,
already
Right.
walking.
They
you
breed
forget
Most
them
about
like
most of the
them
white people,
overpopulating.
they breed them like pit bulls. You tripping?
Man,
They
them
breed
motherfuckers be
they breed
knocking
like a
kids
cat.
out.
They breed like a cat who have 12 cats at one time.
Hmm.
most of the white people, they'll spend their early years going to school, going to college, trying to build their careers, and they'll start late, and they limit themselves to one or maybe two kids at the most.
Wow.
Like us black people, melanated people, a lot of us start early. We build families early. A lot of us don't have the opportunity. A lot of us don't go to college. A lot of us start right in the workforce
That is a
and
Hmm.
fact.
build families.
A lot of them Asian communities, it's against the law to have more than 2 kids.
I
Yeah,
heard
that's in
about that.
China. That's in China.
Hmm.
But I think they changing it a little bit
They
now, though.
changed it. I
But
think it's 3 now or some shit.
yeah,
Hmm.
That one time you can only have a boy and a girl.
Hmm. How they was gonna work that out? That mean they was aborting kids. If it wasn't a boy after you had a girl, well, try again.
Damn.
Yeah,
So,
vicious world,
yep.
huh?
right. Yeah, I think they're trying to
Because
control the
I'm,
population also.
hey, I'm the type of person like this. If I make it, I take it. I don't give a fuck. I don't
Oh,
give a fuck
you
if it's
guys
from cheating
are
or
worried
anything.
about this Delta? Are you guys worried about this Delta? They got a Delta that's coming behind these other things. I keep telling people, get your herbs. Go out and get your black seed oil. Start working on yourself like the ancestors used to. Your immune system is
Look,
not built for medical shit. Stop letting them people put all that medical
man,
shit inside you.
Get y'all some skills up under your belt and be prepared to go live off grid if have to.
That's a fact. What we've been
My
doing,
friend, I'm down here in South America growing my own garden, my own vegetables right now. I'm growing my own
Hey,
vegetables
guess what?
and enjoying
You
it.
are home.
Hell yeah.
You are home, brother. You are. A lot of people don't understand that a lot of our people migrated from out of South America.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that the original Mexicans were us.
They come from
Spaniards
us.
came down there. Before they had anything about the Spaniards, before they came down for there's a big
they
difference.
just started
And
coming
that's
out of
what they
hiding
try to
now.
hide. They be
Now
hiding the melanated people down there. Shout out to Aborigine TV.
they just started coming out the bushes now, boy. They just started making nothing to be known.
Well, you saw the video I had on TikTok. People said that they don't even know they don't know nothing about another race of dark-skinned people. They don't get TV there. They don't know anything about black people other than what they see in the area. They don't know nothing. They kept these
But
people away from TV, a civilization. These people are living in the wood. The quote unquote Afro Mexicans. No, they ain't no fucking Afro Mexicans. They're original Mexicans that've been sitting there and they've been
Afro
hiding them
Latinos.
people out. Yeah, some people been there.
But I mean, at the same time, I know we still talk about so much bad that's going on, but the good thing that I do see going on all around the world is people are starting to wake up to the
Shout out to
truth,
Sean.
and it's beautiful. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Like even right now,
yeah.
it's beautiful to see this
Stay
many
woke,
people when
indigenous in the house. Sean
it
in the
wasn't
house.
like this before. It was hard for me to find anybody that even understood what I was trying to say about this is our land. They thought I was crazy. So now more people are starting to wake up because a lot of the lies are starting to be debunked. They fucked up with the information age. And I just want my people to understand what you have in your hand Fuck all that
Well, who
beefing and doxing
Dice?
and
Who
shit,
you
man. You
going
can
to
really
listen to, Dice? Are you gonna listen to your grandmother, or you gonna listen to some random motherfucker who tell you come from West Africa? Some random motherfucker who just come out of nowhere, tell you, didn't give you no test. They just came up with their own fucking thing, telling you about your DNA. I
right.
don't remember getting no fucking DNA telling me that I'm from that way.
You know
Y'all
why
got to
we
stop
know?
with
You
this
know why we
bullshit.
know? You know why we know our lineage? Because and we don't have to pay no history, whatever, them little apps and shit. Is because
What?
some of our families have passed that type of shit down generation to generation. You know what I mean? The story of my family have been passed down through pictures, through quilts, through all type of shit, man. You can make a
And that's the
museum
part you
out
can't
of
steal.
our artifacts.
But that's the part you can't steal from us.
That's the part
You
you
can't
cannot steal
steal it.
from us. And our history, from what my family laid down, totally goes against what you guys try to
You
teach us.
cannot go against genealogy. Genealogy is the key. Genealogy is the key to all of this. And I keep telling y'all, you think that you can find a fossil, you can spit on and find them fossils, them bone structures, and find it and connect that to yourself. You crazy.
What up,
And
man?
we can talk about the slave ships. You can find you can find the Viking ships. You can find the warships in the Vietnam. You can find all them ships. But I'm asking you to find me one slave ship because guess what? The slave ships that they show when you Google is only cartoon imageries where a bunch of motherfuckers packed on, and they're not telling you how you shouldn't have pissed. I'm not saying that slaves didn't come somewhere down the line. I'm talking about in the beginning. And people are lying about this shit. You're talking about a sailboat that would have took 3 months. And you tell me,
Everybody on that boat would have died from all the disease that would have came from defecation and shit.
right?
Facts.
It doesn't make sense. There's
Say,
no
fella, Pat, come
possible
out
way.
the bushes. Then you a whole watch here. You ain't
Just
shit,
like when
man.
people like to say we are tropical people, which we are, but that don't mean Africa. That mean all this shit. Fucking the Bahamas, all that shit was. This is us. Turtle Island, Hawaii, all that.
Man, Black America already went back to where he come from. We are close
Yeah,
to the
he
sun. We
home.
are the people of the sun. We have to be in the sun. We have to be close to the sun. Our melanin. We don't
I
burn.
know he feel
Our
good in
people
that sun
don't burn.
too.
Whether you fucking like or don't fucking burn. Go look at the difference of a white man who sit out there and let me sit out there with the white man and watch his fucking neck. And look at my
I'll be
neck.
right back.
And I keep telling you guys that we have to understand that our heritage, everything that was told to us, was told from them. That the oppression that has happened to us and Africa. We've been oppressed. Africa been oppressed. And I keep telling you, I have nothing against Africa, but you got to understand, I don't have a connection with them people.
That's
And they
fine.
know this. When they come here to America and they come to work, they don't have a connection to you. You guys
Right.
got to stop lying on this shit.
And my brother was like in the beginning when the white man came to North America, uh, they enslaved the Native Americans, which they call the Indians, also black people that was here, and those people like was more of copper complexion as we talk about. They could blend in and run away with the Indians. It was hard to keep them enslaved, so that's why I think they probably brought the Africans because they was more darker and easier to identify them between the black people that was already in North America. Hello? think we lost the chief. He should be back shortly though. Might be in a bad area or something. But shout out to everybody that's rocking with us on the chat today. Everybody on the panel.
Oh my bad, I had left the mic for a
Yeah,
minute.
I'm sorry, y'all. I had to step out for a second. I figured you were
Okay,
holding it down. You so used to holding your channel down. I know you can do it, brother.
yeah, I was
Hey,
trying.
hey, let me fall back and I'll be back up, man. Let me take care. Let me take care of my little ones real quick. Get them situated real quick,
Yeah,
and
and
then I'll
one
be back
thing.
up.
Oh, all right, Dice.
All
One
right.
thing I have to tell you, I tell you this, and many times we got the original Copper Empress on just came in. I'm glad that you are down there in the you down there in the tropics, brother. I'm so glad that you're down there and you're able to give us Americans a perspective. You understand what I'm saying? You gave us
Yes, sir.
a perspective, brother. And you can give us of what you're doing out there, growing your own food. I commend you because they some people don't think that they're you know what part are you in? Are you in Palenque? Are you in Mexico? Are you down in Brazil?
I'm in Medellin, Colombia right now.
Oh wow! So you down there? You down? Let me ask you a question. What do your how do you feel when you down there? Do you feel a connection with the land down there? Do you feel some kind of connection?
Yes, sir. I feel a connection here. I feel like you said. I feel at home because my plan was to travel and hit some more places, but then COVID hit. But then I found myself uh, at home here in Medellin. I mean, a lot of people here look just like me. A lot of people I can relate to, and a lot of people here know the history. And when I got here, that's when I ran across your channel. You started talking about Aborigine. I started learning a lot from you because a lot of stuff you saying, I'm hearing from a lot of people here. They've been
Really?
educating me on this. Yes, sir. They know their history. A lot of the Afro people that I talk to, and I mean, they can speak good English also. They're educated and they know these things. These things that you're saying, these things that you're sharing, they share the same thing. So that made me really connect with you because I know that you're speaking facts, you're speaking truth over here. And I learned a lot in the time period of listening to this channel, a whole
Man,
lot. And I got my
but I can
son
sit
listening
there.
to you also.
I can sit there and say the same about you. You know what I'm saying? And you give me so much something different because I do preach a lot about this land side, and people get upset because I don't include the other side of that because it's easy for me to sit there and talk about Africa and talk about other places, but people will not put it in their head that at one time before, when they were in the beginning of the of just the beginning of the world, that all lands were connected. So when I talk about
Right.
when you look at them islands and you look at Haiti and you look at Hawaii, you look at these little islands that are separated from everywhere. I believe
I could take you
that
further than that. Before that, I lived in the Philippines over 3 years. I was
right.
throughout all throughout Asia, and you got the Negritos over there. You got the original Filipinos, which are Negritos, which are black people uh, from the Philippines, and then the same thing in Australia.
Man, it's crazy, and they don't understand the connection that we have with Australia people. Also, you know what I'm saying? We have a great connection with them people, but but when it came down to Africans, and people get insulted when I sit there and say that we don't have that connection with Africa, because I have met the Africans that I have met. They have said it to me that you are not the same people that we are, and
Right,
I have heard it so many times, and you ain't got to tell me but a couple of times that I ain't your people. Okay? So
right. A lot of
what
them
you
don't
do,
accept us. A lot of
yeah,
them think they better than us. They turn their nose up at us. They got their own language. They got their own land, and they look at us different. I mean, I had myself dealing with them traveling throughout the world, especially a lot of the Nigerian people. I mean, they very smart, very educated people,
very
but they have
educated.
a sense of pride about themselves.
I
Uh,
think it's the
they
Akata.
think
They
they
call it the
better.
Akata. I can't pronounce it. the kata or something. There's a word that they call us as gangster. They call us
Right.
gangster, and they tell a young people to stay away from us. When you come here to America, you come to get educated, but do not get close with the gangsters, the akata. Okay? So I tell people all the time is that if you know your people, you can feel your people. If Africa loved us so much and we came from Africa, then why the hell they ain't came back and got their people? Because you know what? You're not their people. People gonna come back for their people. It would have been all hell and all. You wouldn't have sold your people. You wouldn't have sold your people if that's your people.
Right. You got countries like Ghana that opening the doors to Black Americans, telling them to come over there. They get them citizenship and passports, and they really trying to get them to come there and build, bring their
It's
money, bring
money.
their
It's money.
resources
It's
there
all about money
to
and
build.
research. But you go to Liberia. For those who don't know about Liberia, Liberia is a country where it was like when they tell you about something that it was told in reverse. We actually had people that came from here that was brought to Liberia, that was enslaved from over here, that they took and brought to Liberia. So they have had truths to them matters. So you might be talking to some of your own people that's are, you might feel a little connection to that. All I'm saying is people from South America, those South Americans that I have met, it seems like we got a better connection to South America. When you look at Brazil and you see the Brazilian, the women in Brazil, how they dance. You look at the men, how they dance. It's similar to the way we entertain and the way we do things. You look at the women
Right.
now, well, our women, they might be doing popping and what we call a bounce music popping and stuff like that. But it's a connection to their ancestors. And,
Right.
the state won't say they can keep Ghana. Because I heard a sister who said she left everything in America to go live in Ghana, and she became homeless in Ghana and did not receive any help when she was there. Once they got her there, she was trapped. And they start telling her that she's not a part of their tribes, you need to go back home. And they treated her terrible. So I don't know. I heard other perspectives on it. It is what it is. Yes, there are people all across the world that looks like you and me. Okay? But they don't have a connection. All skin folks are not kin folks. Okay? Just because you got skin does not mean that they vibe with you, bro. Okay? Because they got a perception about you through the white man. And it's amazing that they could put their nose up at us when they have been colonized. They are a country that has been colonized left and right by Asian people and white people. But yet they can talk down on our people who have a lot of culture. We have gave them rap, a lot of stuff. You notice that every other third world country, the major countries, they copy off little old Americans. Tell me
Right.
why did they follow us and they want to be like us? They want our culture. They want everything about us, but they don't want us. They don't want to be around us. Shout out to Robert Jones. They want to
Right.
be a part of all the good with us, but they don't really want to be around us. And that's what all these cultures have been doing. I just noticed it. I'm so glad that you told me, man, and you giving me a big insight on something I did not know. I know I followed you for a reason, and I did not know that you was down somewhere where I got an actual brother that is down in Colombia that can actually tell me shit that can confirm some of the stuff that I always wanted to know. Shout out to
Right.
Brian. So tell us more. I'm gonna be quiet. Let me mute my mic.
I mean, it's a lot. I mean, I don't really know where to start, man, because it's a wealth of information out here. There's a lot of people. I had this lady on my show a lot. Her name Afriquita Love, and I mean, this woman, she's very sharp and have the knowledge, and she be talking the same talk that you talk, my brother, the same talk, and try to empower the people.
Wow, it's just like and then I just enjoyed your panel, bro. The panel that you had last night while I was driving and I was riding through the cities and all that. I had to take the time. I had to sit there and say, let me call this brother up while I'm driving. I said because you guys, it wasn't all just with the, the I of course I disagree that you have to go to other countries to find that woman that you love. I found my wife in America. I've been married
Right.
for 21 years with my wife. Now everybody we have our bads like everybody else. We have if you be with one person all them years, you're gonna have problems at some point. But
Right.
what happened to people with for better or worse? What
And we
happened
deal with
to
that a little
the
bit. We
morals?
deal with that a little bit last night with that, with the better for better work, the vows you make. And you know who you're dealing with when you got problems, when you're dealing with stuff. I mean,
That's a
they
fact.
stick with you through the good times, through the bad times. You don't want nobody that's gonna be there with you through just the good times, and you got just good stuff going on. You don't know what you got until you're dealing with bad things sometimes. And is that person gonna stick around? They're gonna be loyal. I mean, just like you can lose your job, you might be out of a job, and some of these women, I mean, will have waste no time putting you down and looking for another. And I've seen this a lot. A lot of women came around me at times putting their husbands down. That man, he's not working. He's been out of work for 3 months now. I got to pay all the bills. I mean, when you make the vows, when you do the vows of marriage, you
Wow.
say that. You say that you're gonna be with
Wow.
them, do good, do bad. You should help that man.
Man, let me tell you
And it
something.
might take time. He might have to go back to school to retrain. It might take time to get back on your feet, but you're supposed to have that person back. And that ain't the time you walk out when things get hard.
I had a friend. I had a friend of mine, and I ain't gonna call his name, but I had a friend of mine, and it really hurts because I saw the brother, man, and he worked so hard for his family. He loved his wife. He loved his children. But soon as he lost his job, it wasn't good enough for his wife. And they had been together since high school, and he had got injured, and she left him. But sometimes people got to understand this: everybody who you marry or you get with does not mean that was the person that was called to be with you.
Right,
Sometimes you pick people that's not meant for you. See, instead of allowing that person to find you, and you just up and just, I met my wife in a mysterious way. I wasn't looking for a woman. See, the problem is you people be out here looking. The
right,
problem is stop looking and allow the spiritual part of you, allow it to come to you. See, people is not like the old way. These young people today, they are so impatient with love.
right,
They don't know how to talk to people, have conversation. They got everything is social media. People are not bred the way it used to be. And everything leads to sex first. See, we didn't lay it to the bed first. You got to get to know the person before you lay with the person.
right,
I've been with my significant other for a very long time. We have four beautiful sons. My wife and I have four beautiful sons, and all of them belong to us. And
right,
some people think that's a rare, but you can have the same thing. It's all about you and commitment. Everything life don't life ain't never easy, bro. But if you keep changing women like you change your underwear, what do you expect in your life?
my friend. A lot of people walk into situations with already pre-existing problems, and then a lot of times you got people out here that's in love with the ideal of being married. They're in love with the
Wow.
ideal of being married. I
Preach,
mean, it could be
brother.
a girl, it could be four girls that's together, and then three of them get married and got husbands and moved on, and they doing things with their family. And then it could be that one woman that's not married. And just because all her friends married, okay, I need to get me a husband so I can fit in.
Wow.
And then they'll get married.
And then
So they can
they
be
go get
accepted.
these big old marriage, these big old weddings. They believe because they have
They don't
a big
last no
wedding.
time.
Oh yeah,
Big
see, I
weddings
tell
last no time.
they look, they all broke. I ain't never see. I laugh at this all the time. They be broke. Their ass be so broke. Look,
I'm like, why?
that
If that's $100,000 in a wedding, you could
for
buy a
one
house with
day,
that.
for one day, for one day, and I don't look. There's no shot at people who successfully pulled it off, who got the money, who able to do it. I'm cool with that. But you know that your broke ass got to live after that. And then next thing you
Right.
know, 5 months later, y'all ass divorced. And then you done lost all that money that you done had invested in a marriage. I tell people that you got to take the good with the bad. It does, you know, throw your ego to the side. She might call you a name, you might call her a name. So, you know, only that person that you've been with for them many years can talk to you like that. Okay? So I tell people that I never understood that women allow men to call them fat. They belittle them and talk about their weight. But us men, we get fat too. So we got to work together because when we first met, we were all fit. And what happens to people, they get comfortable. So
Right.
you got, if you know, you got to go back to square one. You don't just be working out, you work out with her. When you do it together,
Right.
it's more special. And I got to do more with my wife because it would make her, it would motivate. I've been lacking, man. I've been lacking as a man as far as that part of the support. And that's what
Right.
we got to acknowledge that. You know? I see the brother right here got the vaccination needle up in the air. He got the shit in the skull. I advise some of you guys do not take that vaccination. Get to herbs. Like this brother is growing his own vegetables on his land. What's up, 504 Indigenous Warrior?
Oh man, I'm chilling, bro. I'm just watching how your Most High using you right now. I'm just chilling in the cut, listening to you motivate the people.
Yeah, God Almighty. Some people don't. Shout out to Pony Lots just coming here. You know, some people, everybody don't understand that I'm a spiritual person. I'm not connected to all this white Jesus shit. Yes, my Most High is the greatest of all that allows me to wake up every day to inspire me to uplift other people. And that's what we have to understand. You can't love nobody until you love you. You can't love your wife until you love you, because you ain't gonna be able to show her. You ain't gonna. She's not gonna be. You know, if you don't love you, how you gonna love your wife? If you're not cleaning yourself up, your ass looking like a bum, and you're not motivated, you ain't gonna be motivated to love her. And I think that's what we don't understand. Some men love their women more than they love themselves. And then guess what? Then they lacking with their women because they don't love themselves.
Oh hell.
You gotta love you.
Yes, sir.
Everything starts with you. Women gotta love them. Show some love, look yourself in the mirror and start loving you. And everything else gonna come together. Everything else. Go ahead, brother. 504. You got some
Check
gems
you
and
out.
shit to us.
Check you out. You being all spiritual tonight. We some people need you, man.
He preaching over here. He preaching. Brother
I
Peanut
see him. He
always
got his
preaching.
little red. He got his little
he,
red
he got
head
the
on.
anointing on
I
him.
see him. I see him. He
Stop it.
got
Ain't
his little
nobody.
red head
Yeah, yeah.
on.
I'm the Aborigine preacher. Okay, I like to preach the spirit of our truth. Okay, I'm not nobody's in nobody's church. I'm up here trying to uplift my people. It is what it is. I just wanted to let you know that I'm glad that you told me this because I never asked you that question. I used to be wondering. I said, well, where you at? I be hearing all the tropic shit that you be in your background, brother. And I be like so intrigued with your content. I really didn't pay attention that you was in Colombia.
Oh yeah, I've been here
I
almost 2 years now.
I'm gonna have to take my wife. I'm gonna have to take my wife down there on a trip, and you're gonna have to show us around that the fact that you there, if you don't mind.
Oh, I don't mind. Man, you more than welcome. You more than welcome. And I like what
Yeah,
you were saying earlier. You were teaching people, man, we gotta love ourselves. You got a lot of people that's misteaching that concept. You got like even those people over in the combinations saying I love myself, but they don't
no,
love
that
themselves.
they don't love themselves. They do in combination. Shout out to the telepath god. In combination, that's a sex cult. That's a sex
Right.
cult. So that he gonna tell them, it's mind games with what he talking about. He basically getting in the heads of young people, and at the end, he's sexually, a sexual demon. Okay, so he uses his wisdom for evil, not for good. He has a lot of good things he say, but some of the worst people in the world can talk good talk, bro.
But he manipulating weak people, people that like that's already weak, people that they have no family or no one to depend on but this guy. And he can't do that to a strong-minded person.
So are
A lot
you
of these
from
people come
Houston,
with
Texas?
pre-existing problems.
But you gotta understand though. At the same time, they allowing that to happen to themselves.
Right.
Because if you didn't want to go over there, you wouldn't have got a bus ticket, a plane ticket, whatever you did to get there. They allowing
May
whatever
I
happened
ask,
to them
brother? Are you?
happening to them.
I know my brother right there on the right. He live in Houston, Texas. Are you from Houston, Texas?
I lived in Houston for a while. I lived in Sugarland.
Okay, where you originally from?
I'm originally from Birmingham, Alabama.
So, wow. So, what you from the South? What made you leave Birmingham, Alabama? The racist shit that you seen in your life. What made you cross that barrier to South America?
I mean, because before that, I was traveling like throughout the U.S. And I traveled all over the U.S. And I did military. I did 10 years in the military. So the thing that made me want to leave the country was, I mean, I got tired of seeing a lot of bullshit. I got tired of the environment I was in. Every day I felt I was in a toxic type of environment. I watched the news. And at that time, I was dealing with depression also. So it wasn't really helping me because, I mean, it made me feel like I was in a dark place. And if I would have stuck around, I probably wouldn't be here today because
Wow.
traveling saved my life because I was on the verge of committing suicide at times because of the toxic environment that I was in around toxic people. And it seemed like everybody was pulling at me. People always wanted something. I had success, I had business, I had money, but that's not everything. That's not the key to
Right.
happiness.
So let me ask you. I noticed that when I first started following your content, you were like a traveling agent, right?
I never really been an agent, but a lot of brothers
Shout out
have
to Miss
reached out to
Wise. Thank
me.
you, Miss Wise.
A lot of brothers have reached out to me. I inspired a whole lot of brothers to travel. There's a lot of people that's on the same journey that I'm on, traveling and getting outside of what they said, the matrix. And I don't really advocate it in that way, but I love because of like I said, me, I was dealing with some things I needed. I know it wasn't good for me, so I had no other choice but to get away because I was in a toxic type of environment, and the way the world is, the way things was going, and
And
I
it's
felt
amazing
my
that
only way
it
to be
left you.
liberated is to leave the country. That's the way I found my freedom, my liberation is through leaving the country and traveling.
Do you know that you being born from Alabama, you may have connections to the Choctaw Nation? Do you know that that area that you come from were melanated Indians that were in your sector? You know that Alabama,
Yes, sir.
Mississippi.
My dad are and my great grandma, she was indigenous 100%, and I knew her. She lived to be like 101 years old. So
Wow.
I'm aware of this, and that would draw me to your channel too, because I know, I mean, my family are Aborigine, and this is something I wanted to know more and more about.
No, it's amazing that it led you to the tropics. It's amazing because you know I keep telling people, I said we were everywhere. We were all from South America to North America all the way to Canada. It was one continent. America is a continent, not a country. People, you got to realize all these wars. When we talk about the Louisiana Purchase, all these wars that separated the lands. New Orleans, Louisiana, the whole coastline of Louisiana used to be a part of Florida, all the way down to Florida. A lot of people don't know Louisiana through Mississippi, all the way down through Alabama. All that was one Louisiana. That used to be that was Florida. Florida used to be Louisiana. So when they did the merger of land and they bought more land, the Louisiana Purchase, which ran up all the way up to Missouri, all the way up to the top in the middle part of America, the mid part of America. A lot of people don't understand how big Louisiana was. So we went all it ran all the way up to Canada. Our tribes were in California. We have so much land up from California all the way from South California all the way down. The name of California was named after an Aborigine lady. Okay, so we have to understand that Aborigine people were here longer before the Native American came here. You got to understand, when the Native American came from Siberia and Asia, the first person, the first things that they saw was mounds. So when they saw mounds and pyramids, who the fuck built them? It was there already before they came. And I know some Native Americans who have acknowledged that they are the watchers over these mounds and over these pyramids. So there are the watchers who built them. Who built these things that existed, that was already there? And that's what people don't understand, that we allowed these people to tell you. That's like when you talk about the Mayans, we talk about the Olmec, we talk about the Aztec. All these people in the beginning were melanated people. And it's no secret that the Olmec is in every land is all through America. Example, the things that was taught Egypt was in there. If I gave you and I told you that Egypt could be here and not over there, you would probably think I'm going crazy. See, we got to question everything that was taught to us. Why do they want America and they don't want Africa? Why they want to be here? They want to rob Africa out of their jewelry and some of the other things, but they want to be here. See, these are questions that needs to be answered, my brother. We have
Yes, sir.
scrolls.
Teach, my brother. Teach.
We have scrolls. We have scrolls and pyramids in the Grand Canyon. They have detected the same Egyptian writings in the Grand Canyon. They have discovered, scientists have discovered that these places, that the Nile River run right up here. See, if you believe in the merge of the land, you understand that
The
it
Nile
was one
River,
land base.
the Nile River
Go ahead,
actually
brother.
is the Mississippi River.
That's a fact. And what people don't understand is that one time that South America was connected to Africa. But see, people want to get away from Pangea. They don't want to talk about Pangea. They don't want to talk about that. They just want to think that everybody got on boats. No, there was a time before boats. There was a time before boats, dinosaur areas, all these things, giants, the people, the giants. The giants was of our bloodline, but they don't talk about that. People want to look at it as fairy tales, but where the footprint come from? How the hell that footprint is there? How did they get the people? They want to say that a whole bunch of people were building these pyramids, but there were a time when the giants exist. See, people don't want to go through these spiritual levels. You wonder, the people looked at cats as gods, little kitty cats.
Right. The pharaohs.
They looked at them that way.
A lot of them was buried with the cats. Also, they had the cats buried with them.
So did, and that's why I keep 2 cats in my house. 2 cats and I got a dog. Oh yeah, I love this. See, these are sacred animals. Okay, so we got to understand, and animals see spirits. We got to tap down to the real truth. People don't want to know the truth because some people get caught in their skin, brother. And when you caught in your skin and you're comfortable on the way you live your life, you will never question the truth.
And brother, you said something right there, like even with the cats, they can not only sense a spirit, they can sense something is wrong with you in the inside medically. Even when I was dealing with depression, I had 2 cats and they helped me. They used to
help
come
you.
and sit by me and they knew what I was dealing with and they helped me get through. That was part of my therapy in a way with the cats. They can sense.
It's something about that purr.
Yeah.
that soothes humans. When people are about to die, cats know when a person is about to die. And they taught you when you were young that, man, don't get no cat, man. Cat is like for women and all this other stuff. And they used to tell you, man, get a dog and all this other stuff. Man, the knowledge that you should.
What I told you that day, me, you, and Telepack were chopping it up offline, and we were joking about cats. We were joking about cats, and about y'all having the same conversation about cats are sacred and stuff like that. There, so I went home, got home from work. What happened? I got home and had 3 cats by my door.
Hey, I just tell you, it's a spiritual
thing. We were
thing,
joking about cats the same day. And I come home from work, they had 3 cats at my door.
But
I took a picture of it and sent it to him.
I'm gonna let you guys say the last thing, but I'm gonna be on your channel a lot. Me and 504 Indigenous Warrior. You got to show us more about. I'm supposed to be opening up a gardening channel, and I would love to share gardening techniques with you, bro. I would love to, and you can show us more of the land and show some of my audience of what you're experiencing out there in Colombia, bro. We would love to see. You understand what I'm saying, bro?
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm just glad that I don't know how you found me.
I found you on the other platform because I was on the same page you was on.
Oh really? So you saw
yes,
me
sir.
there?
I found you over there.
Because Telepack is right there in the audience right there. Shout out to Telepack. You guys are on a you need to subscribe to each other. But I don't know if you remember Telepack God. He was in the chat too with us. That brother you see right there.
I think I see him around. Yeah.
Oh yes, he was on my like us. We was all in there, and we were thinking we were all on. And I used to see you in there, bro. And Telepack said he used to see me, and the one day I stand up to the fella, and I was on the panel, and I was not like kissing his ass, and I was saying my own mind, and he just had a lot of respect. From there on, he's been following me ever since. But it's amazing that even people like that can lead you to great people, and I'm just glad that I did experience going over there. I'm glad, and I'm thankful, brother, for allowing me to go over there because I would have never met you, brother. I would have never met the things that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I would have never known this. You know?
Right. And likewise, I mean, they open up a door, like I said, to learn a lot about Aborigine because, like I said, I was on that platform like you dealing with the cult, but you open up doors for me to see other things in that. I mean, I've learned a whole lot and I appreciate your content, my friend, because you put out good content and I tell my family and my friends about you all the time so they can come over here and learn because I mean, you have always great people on the platform that share too. So it's a good channel. And I seen you grown and you got over 1,000 now, I think, and you're doing great things, man. Just
Man,
keep up the good work.
so much gratitude, bro. So much gratitude. You know, Telepac, brother. He's a unique brother that I had on my panel. He talks about the brother talks. He has showed me about the numbers and what the numbers represent and how they had used you know, the 666, and he was showing me the meaning behind these names and stuff that religion has strolled into our mind to be deemed as evil, and how numbers plays a part of our life. So that's a interesting brother right there. That brother got so much knowledge, and but when we talk about, you know, our people, we celebrate the dead where I come from. You know, New Orleans,
Right.
Louisiana. When somebody died, we don't mourn. We don't do that. We carry the caskets and we celebrate them. We dance. You know, we celebrate them.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that culture comes from the people you right around. I'm telling you, the South,
I,
the Brazilians, the Colombians, all that. It comes from down there, brother.
I've always admired that about New Orleans. I've always said when my time comes, that's the way I want to go out with the trombone, the band, the jubilee, and
Yeah,
celebration.
you're right.
And
Well,
don't
because
mourn for me because I'm in a better place.
that
Don't
puts
mourn.
you
It's
in a
about
better place.
celebrating and being happy.
Celebrate that person's life. That the first the part that you existed. Okay? Celebrate. Don't worry about the bad. Always thank the most high that you woke up today. That, you know, be gracious to the plants. Talk to the plants. Talk to the earth. Always be happy about you. Talk
Right.
to everything that in existence. Everything is God.
Right. Because
Everything.
this body is just a shell. It's just a temple.
The bottle
But
is a shell. Wow, I'm glad you
we
said
live
that,
on after that.
brother.
Our spirit
That
live on.
nobody truly dies, my brother. Nobody truly dies. People live in spirit.
Yes, sir.
We are spiritual people who live in spirit. Spirits don't die. My mother died 2 years ago of cancer. And I realized when she died and she had that smile on her face, she was seeing her mother. She was seeing
Right.
her father. She was seeing people. So I lost my sister 4 years before that of cancer. My biological daddy died of stomach cancer. And I have seen I have felt what it's like to lose life. But we
Likewise,
got,
my
yes.
uncle passed, and he was talking to the ancestors before he arrived on his dying bed. He was talking to his mother, his father, all his friends. He was able to see
Wow.
them, and he was talking to them, getting ready to join them.
Wow. Oh, well, I'm gonna end it because now you know, my time. I'm a truck driver, and that's why I try to go as early as possible because I do drive over the night. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I caught you that time. You know, so I didn't know, that time zone shit. You know what I'm saying? It must be night right now. What is daytime for you? Morning time for
I'm
you
on
right now?
I'm on Central Time over here, so over here it's like
Oh,
the lit. It's 6:58 over here, going on 7 o'clock.
okay, all
So
right. Well, we're
we
in
on
the
Central
same.
Time.
All right, you on the same time zone we are that I'm in. Okay, yeah. So that's good. We gonna well, let's not make this let's be strangers and shit, man. I gotta come to each other, man. I come over there by your panel. You come on back over here, man, because you
I'm
got so
always
much
over here
knowledge.
rocking in the chat, my friend. I'm always here. I'm
All
always
right.
over
Well,
here.
I know I'm gonna find you.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
yeah, man. And let me say some. You can say the last word, and I'm gonna say thanks to the chat. Man, I'm gonna head out of here. Go ahead and tell people how they can find you.
You can find me on Black American Expat Radio. I'm a diverse channel. I deal with travel. We do music. We do a lot of everything. So it's kind of diverse on that side, but we do a lot of talk also. We share a lot of knowledge over there also. So you guys are welcome to come check us out and see what we do over there. And I want to thank you, Brother Peanut, for allowing me to come on your platform and on the panel. And I want to say shout out to all the guests that was here on the platform and also to the chat. Respect.
Wow, man, I tell you, man, what a day, man. This was an awesome panel. I call it an all-star panel. I couldn't get any females to come on and talk, but this and Telepack God, wherever you not Telepack God, Drizzle Game, and wherever you at, brother, please get that mic together because next time we all want to hear what your story, man. We definitely everybody wants to hear that brother's story because he had a terrible, your breakup, and I would love to hear that brother's story. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna thank everybody that has came to Peanut Nola 504 and his Aborigine channel. And I'm gonna start with Janet, the Nubian Queen. Shout out to Janet, the Nubian Queen. Shout out to DD Alexander. Shout out to Free Popper. Shout out to Robert Jones. Shout out to Sean, my brother Sean. Shout out to Aborigine TV. Shout out to Gretchen Helm. Shout out to Stay Woke Indigenous. Shout out to Right Wander State. Shout out to you. I think that's Right Willie State. Shout out to you. Shout out to Original Copper Empress Hober. Shout out to Bronze, the brother Bronze. Shout out to 504 Indigenous Warrior. Shout out to Pony Locks. Shout out to everybody who showed up on the channel. Shout out to Ladreas Quintez. Shout out to you. Shout out to the Telepack God 888. Shout out to Miss Wise. Miss Wise in the house. Shout out to you. Shout out to Brandon Rogers. Shout out to Robert Jones. And if I repeated it like 1,000 times, shout out to Nicole World. Nicole World, Halito. Halito to you too. And shout out to my wife if you're out there. Shout out to my wife out there, the chiefess. Shout out to my sons out there. Shout out to everybody who out there. And shout out to that great panel, Dice TV, who showed up today. If you're out there, please subscribe to Dice TV. Shout out to Drizzle Game and I think we had James. Shout out to brother James Roselle. Shout out to everybody who showed up today. Remember that my channel in the chat, the things that we talk about in the chat may not reflect the feelings of Peanut Nola 504 and his Aborigine channel. Remember to subscribe. Also hit the bell. Make sure that you hit the bell, subscribe, and share this video. Okay, shout out to Curtis. Shout out to Curtis. I'm glad Curtis came back in. Peace and blessings to all you guys. I'm out of here. Once again, I want to thank everybody for showing up, and I'm out of here. Peace.